The state of Utah plans to pursue the death penalty for Charlie Kirk's alleged killer, Tyler Robinson. The death penalty has always been one of the most divisive topics in America, and now it is front and center once again. On one side of the argument, supporters say the death penalty is a critical tool for justice. They argue that there are certain crimes so deliberate, so cold, and so devastating that nothing short of the ultimate punishment can be considered just. For families of victims, it can represent the final chapter, a way to say that society will not allow an individual who destroyed a life to keep their own. Proponents also claim the death penalty serves as a deterrent, warning would-be killers that if they commit the most serious crime imaginable, there's no coming back from it. They point to cases of mass shootings, assassinations, and serial murders where the acts were premeditated and carefully planned. For them, life without parole is not enough because the offender still wakes up every day, eats meals, reads books, and breathes free air, even if it's from behind bars. They say justice must not only punish, but also match the gravity of the offense. But the other side is just as passionate. Opponents argue that the death penalty is too flawed, too final, and too unevenly applied to be trusted. They warn that mistakes happen. Innocent people have been sent to death row and later exonerated. If one wrongful execution occurs, they argue the entire system is broken beyond repair. Others raise moral concerns, asking whether the government should ever have the power to take a life, no matter how terrible the crime. There's also the question of cost and time. Death penalty trials are often twice as long and far more expensive than other murder trials, with endless appeals and years of legal battles that drag out the pain for victims' families. For me, I've always been against the death penalty, primarily for religious reasons. I just don't think it's right to take another person's life after they've been arrested and taken into custody. I also think the punishment of life in prison can be much more severe than the death penalty. I think instead of the worst heading to death row, I think they should be sent to hard labor camps where every day is grueling work that makes them regret what they did and sends a message to others not to end up there.